an end of year for our co-op. Trevor is graduating this year out of high school. He's no longer going to be with us for next year, which I'm sad of because he was a great influence on our community. And I loved having him in Bible class for his thoughts and opinions on things. And he was just a great role model for, I think, a lot of the boys. So I'm sad that he's not going to be there next year. I already tried to rope him in to come back and teach something for next year. So he won't be gone. So I'm going to read this for Krista. She thought she'd get emotional and she thinks I won't. We'll see. We're going to make everybody stare at you while I read it. All right, today we'd like to recognize our only senior, graduating student, Trevor Sullivan. Trevor was part of the Lilies and Ravens co-op this past year, but prior to that, he was homeschooled from the 4th grade on. Trevor successfully completed grades 4 through 8 with classical conversations, growing leaps and bounds. When high school began, he took a different approach, completing his academic needs at home and through local cooperatives. Aside from the required academics, Trevor has learned and grown beyond expectation throughout his high school career. Trevor moved here in his freshman year, away from the only town he had ever lived in, but right away became involved. He immediately earned a spot on Wilton's varsity baseball team as their starting catcher, taking them further in the playoffs than they had been in years. Baseball, along with other sports and activities, are not known as academic, but they are hugely educational. On the field was where he had an opportunity to put into practice so much of what he had been taught throughout his years of home education. Things that aren't deemed as needed for school credits, but should be required, in Mom's opinion. Communication, patience, respect, encouragement, and leadership. These weren't things that Trevor was learning from coaches. These were things that Trevor brought to his team. These traits were often spoken about Trevor by the Wilton Lineborough staff, coaches, parents, along with the opponent's coaches, players, and even umpires. Trevor was voted by his teammates and coaches as team captain. His junior and senior year, and at the end of this year, he received the Honorable Coaches Award. While Trevor is a talented athlete, it's his God-given gifts and character traits which were displayed on and off the field that have shaped him into the young man he is today. In the home, Trevor has exceptionally mastered the skill of getting under the skin of his brothers and sister. He's known as a professional instigator. However, there's a whole lot more to this role than what his siblings see. At 10 years old, Trevor was heavily leaned on as an aide when his little brother came along. During this time, not only did he carry strollers and diaper bags, he acquired life skills that most kids don't have the opportunity to experience until adulthood. He helped with feedings, diapers, playing, and teaching. While he obtained new skills, he also showed natural ease and gentleness with his baby brother. He was attentive and cautious, stepping into an unexpected role with instinctive presence as big brother, well beyond his years. These years of his homeschooling have shown to be invaluable to his future. Trevor never had a love for traditional academic learning, but his intelligence would lead you to believe otherwise. He's always shown a huge interest in history, current events, finances, and sports. While he was required to learn many subjects, the way Mom told him he had to, much of Trevor's education can be attributed to the freedom he was given and being allowed to self-teach, with some guidance, of course. He's not a lover of novels yet, but he's been reading newspapers, articles, and even listening to talk radio since he was 5 years old, and retains information like a sponge. Lastly, Trevor's spiritual growth has played a major part in the young man he's becoming. These transitioning years from child to adult have challenges for anyone. Trying to live out your walk during the season of life as a follower of Christ can be very difficult. During this time, Trevor has persevered through some testing times, owning his shortcomings, improving on them, and being much more aware of who God is and the hope he gives us. Trevor is beginning to see the Lord's purpose for his life a bit more than he ever has, and it's helping to shape and mold his future in an exciting way. When you ask Trevor what his plan is now, with every bit of confidence, he will respond that he's mostly unsure. He's unsure exactly what he wants to do as a career for the rest of his life, and believes that is the smartest answer an 18-year-old should have. However, here's what Trevor knows he wants to be part of his future. He desires to be a husband, a father, a provider, and the spiritual leader of his family. Well done, Trevor. Secondary to those things, he would love to pursue a business in the baseball industry, branding and marketing some ideas he already has up his sleeve. In the meantime, he plans to work hard, save money, and of course stay involved in the game of baseball any way he can. Next year, he has already landed a position as one of the varsity assistant coaches for Wilton Lineborough Cooperative Baseball Team. There's a chapter ending today for Trevor. But the next one is the one that has all the people who love him on the edge of their seats with excitement, not worried or concerned that he doesn't have a solid 4-year college career plan ahead of him. Because if there's any kid, or should I say young man, that doesn't need to be worried about over his future, it's Trevor. He's one that has a fan club filled with confidence, knowing that the smart, loving, God-honoring human being will be nothing short of a success. Oh, whichever way his path takes him. Congratulations, Trevor.
Thank you.